And now let's do some questions and answers. Okay. Dimitri Osentania Dis 4648. Sorry if I slaughtered that, which I know I did. Hey Elliot, I'm looking at the Maverick 95 Ti and K2 Mindbender 99 Ti. I ski out west and like to ski off piste. What is your opinion as an all mountain ski? Either way, those are two really good skis, and I don't think you'll be unhappy either way. So you're kind of down to like two of my favorite skis. What I would say is that I'm partial to the Maverick 95s. I just like the way that you kind of load in the tips on those. And I like how like kind of light and versatile they are. But either way, I think you'll like them. I got really good advice from, who was it, Julia Mancuso? I was asking her how she picked skis each year back when she was racing the World Cup. And you know, especially like, how did she figure out, was it just kind of highest bidder? And what she said is she'd watch people that skied a lot like her, and she'd take that as an indication of like, okay, I have this similar ski style, I'm probably gonna really like this. So I would just maybe do, if you're really trying to buy skis right now and you can't demo them, because here's the thing, I don't make money if you buy skis, I don't care, I'm just here to help you. If you really want like the perfect answer is demo both of them, like even same day if you can, and try it out. If you don't have that option and you really want to buy skis now, because they are cheap and I get that, I would just look at both of my videos and think of what things are kind of a priority for you. If being able to just like cut through anything is really important, you might really like the K2 Mindbender. If you kind of have a heavy foot when you ski, you know, and you really like a really, really stable ski, you might like the K2 Mindbender. But if you really like kind of loading into the front of the ski and getting some kick out of the turn, Atomic Mavericks, I don't know, I sound like a broken record, and I don't make money from Atomic or anything like that, but they make nice skis. I like those a lot. So either one of those will be fine. Just pick what your priority is. Like, and if you're going 50-50, I would prefer the Mavericks. That's what I spent my own money on. I got a pair of the 88 Ti's, but yeah, just pick which things going into those reviews are important to you, and then you know, you can kind of go into that and say, okay, these skis have what are my top priority. These other skis might have this other thing I like, but really what are my priorities and what am I trying to get out of the ski? Is this ski just for carving, you know, or is this ski trying to do 50-50? It sounds like you're trying to have it be kind of a one ski quiver, which doesn't totally exist, but I get it. Like, I skied on just one pair of Atomic Vantage 90 Ti's for a long time, and they were great for almost everything. So just, yeah, go through those reviews. Before you watch them, think about what your priority is and kind of go into those videos with that. So, great question, thank you. All right, on my video, someone stopped them reacting to curated Solomon cringe. The Ornate says, first time seeing your stuff, but I like your style. Thanks. I'm actually trolling around for some powder skis, probably going to pick up some time in August. The best time to buy skis. Actually, July and June, equally good, but yeah. 6 foot, 190, moving to the mountains in Colorado in 10 days and need some powder skis. Bought Master Blasters from J Skis into the last season and had a lot of fun with them for the 28 days on the hill. Been thinking of the bent 110s, though Icelantic, but they're tough to find reviews on. Any other thoughts or recs would love to hear in your next video. Yeah, that's a great question. So I reviewed the bent 100s and I didn't love them just because they were a little like floppy noodle kind of ski. Like, you'd load them up and you'd only get about half your energy back out of them. So I'm not a huge fan of the bents, but you know what, I do want to like kind of circle back and re-review them. What I would have loved to know in your comment is like where you're coming from. Like, are you going from Utah to Colorado, or are you going, you know, New York or New Hampshire to Colorado? Because those are very different things. And I kind of fell for the same thing where I was like, oh, well, I gotta get soft skis. I gotta get soft powder skis. And it's like, there are different powder skis out there. Yeah. The other thing you're talking about is those Icelantics and J skis, which I've never heard of. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I don't know much about Icelantic. I've reached out to them to see if I can try some of their skis, and they are kind of like nebulous. They're like, we've got one pair of skis, man, and they're with the sales guy. And I was like, okay, well, can the sales guy be near a mountain? I'll ski on them, you know, like, so if I can, I've been trying really hard to try some Icelantics because I see them more frequently than I used to, but I don't want to tell you I have an opinion on them because I don't. I really try not to give people opinions about skis I've never skied on. That's where you get that stuff from Thomas where it's like, oh, well, this is a beginner ski, even though, you know, before he's even put his foot into them. So if you're going to Colorado though, and you've got some big powder and you're looking at 110, I don't know, man. I got the Salomon QSTs. They're very nice skis. I would consider something like that if you are looking at the Atomic Bent. I found the QST to just be a better version of the Bent. So, I mean, all around, just better, firmer, better at carving. I bet you'd really like something like that. But I can't tell you about Icelantic until I've tried them. But I will try to try them this winter for you, okay? And give you a review. But yeah, thanks for the comment, and I don't know, that's my recommendation. That's what I bought for powder skis. I see people give recommendations all the time, and it's easy to be very like, you know, what's the word? Blasé-faire about like, yeah, go ahead, buy a pair of these Icelantics, and let me know how you like them, because but it's like, I wouldn't actually spend my own money on them. I actually spent my own money on the QSTs and really like them. You could also get a pair of the Maverick 100s. I bet that would be really good all around for Colorado. I'm not in Colorado, I'm in Idaho, but it's fairly similar climate, and you know, if I just knowing nothing about you, you gotta give me more information. Like, where do you like to ski? What kind of skis do you like typically? What are other skis you've owned in the past that you were really happy with? That would give me a little more information. But just at face value, my skis of the year were the Salomon QSTs and the Atomic Mavericks. So take that for what it's worth. Sorry I'm not giving you a better answer. I just trying to be honest with you. I don't want to just recommend skis I've never skied on. That's crazy. But there are some very nice skis out there. Fisher Ranger, also a very nice ski. If you got like a Fisher Ranger and like a 102, I bet you'd really like that. Volcom Mantras are a pretty safe bet. I mean, there's a lot of really good skis out there. If you get a chance to demo Icelantics, I don't see anything, I've never heard anything wrong with them, like they fall apart, but they're still kind of an unknown. Once I get my hands on them, I can maybe recommend them a little bit better. All right, my review for the Blizzard Rustler 10, reacting to curated. KJ Bode says, I love your content. I just purchased QST 92s and look pivots. Nice, those are very good combination, okay. Coming from snowboarding, I'm excited to get on skis again. I'm interested in maybe you can make a video about proper technique and posture. Also your thoughts on where the industry is going, as what your thoughts are on BOA Boots. What are your favorite places to ski? Keep up the great content, enjoy all your videos. That is a lot of questions, and I will try to answer them as simply as I can. Proper ski technique, that is like a whole video in and of itself. If you watch my video where I just kind of talk about like the breakdown of a turn, that'll give you a good like, a good primer going into the season. And then once I get back on snow this year, I'll try to make you guys a good like carving 101 video, if that's useful for any of you. Yeah, so I'll try to cover that. But really, if you're new to skiing, the best advice I can just tell you is that the shape of your turn is based on the amount of leverage you have on your ski. So really focus on just loading the pressure on your downhill ski, meaning your downhill boot, and then let that shape of that ski indicate how much you turn. And the rest is kind of a nuanced turn from there. So I hope that helps with that. You said you're coming, those are nice skis that you got. You're going from snowboarding and you're excited to get back on skis. I did that as well. I snowboarded for 3 years, and I have a ton of respect for snowboarders. Just because it's like a really good way to build a lot of skills. Like, you really think about, when you only have your snowboard, you really think about your turn shape, you really think about how you're gonna initiate your turn. Because skiing, you can be a little sloppy and get away with more things, whereas when you just have that one snowboard, you really have to think about your turn shape and where you're gonna end up. The other thing you need to think about is if you're in the woods, like, you have to totally look farther ahead. One, because if it gets flat, you don't wanna end up hopping out of the ski run. But also, when I skied in the east, or snowboarded in the east, if you get into a tree, the way that you stop is by putting your board completely wide against the hill, right? You do that kind of like hockey stop. If you're in the trees and the trees are too close together to do that, there's no stopping. You're just riding it as far as you can. So you get really good in the woods at really looking ahead and thinking about how much speed you'll have. And I tell people all the time, like, one of the best things you can do to get good at skiing is try other things, try snowboarding. Doesn't mean you have to do it forever, but it's a great way to kind of like build a new skill and think about skiing and snowboarding in a different way. So kudos to you for going from snowboarding to skiing and being willing to do that. And yeah, I mean, I think it'll just make you better at both. So that's really cool. Also, your thoughts on where the ski industry is going. Yeah, where is the ski industry going? God only knows. I mean, the biggest problem skiing has always had is just it gets more and more expensive every year and less accessible. I'm constantly trying to make content like how to get around that. You know, I had one about like the best way to save money buying ski gear, things like that. And I talk a lot about like going to ski swaps, going to thrift stores in ski towns, buying snowboarding gear. Just like you know, I'm sure you have a lot of snowboarding gear that you can carry over. Snowboarding gear, as you've probably found, is a lot less expensive and it tends to be a little bit nicer made. So I don't know, I'm not sure where skiing's headed. It gets a little weird, and then you got like Curated and all these other places kind of posing as experts. It's kind of in a weird spot right now. But I would say that I have a lot of hope for it because I see some of these non-profit mountains and it's just making the sport accessible to everyone. And I think the more access people have to skiing, the better the sport becomes, because you just, you know, with a variety of people, you get new techniques that come out, you get kind of innovation products. And as I've gotten older too, it's like the biggest appeal to me about skiing is just getting out of the city and going and getting some fresh air. And so, you know, if you're doing that, you can do that at any level. Anyone can go out and get fresh air and enjoy the ski hill. So I don't know, that's a whole another video in and of itself. But those are my thoughts on the ski industry as it is now. BOA Boots. I have never heard of BOA Boots. I'll try to do some research on that, but I don't tend to like stray too much in boots as far as trying things. I probably should more, but it's like when you finally have gone through hours of boot fitting, which doesn't feel good on your feet, and you find something you really like, you tend to kind of stick with it. So I'll do some research on BOA Boots, but I've never heard of them and I can't give you a really honest opinion about them. Favorite places to ski. Snowbird on a really windy, cold day, because everybody leaves because it's too cold, but then like this powder is fresh and kind of airy, and there's nobody on the mountain. And I've had days where I was just like, you know, on the ridgeline bouncing around. I think Snowbird's one of the best places I've ever been. And then almost everything in Idaho is like, you know, a 9 out of 10. There's some great places up in McCall, Idaho to ski. Sun Valley is really good. It's weird because it's expensive, but almost kind of underrated. I've been to skiing up in Silver Mountain, up near Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. But yeah, I don't know. I've had a really good day on Snowbird, and I have yet to beat that really. But I mean, a close second would probably be Brundage and Sun Valley, Idaho. They were really good as well. I mean, I grew up on the East Coast, and coming here to the West Coast, it's just like being a kid in a candy shop. It's really, really good skiing. Did I answer all your questions? It's a lot of questions. Hopefully I answered them for you. Again, I'm not selling anything, so I'm just going to be totally honest with you when I haven't tried something. But I think you picked really nice skis. QST 92 and Look pivots. I love Look bindings. They just feel very secure. And I think both those bindings and those skis could last you a good time. So I hope you enjoy them. All right, next comment comes from Jarequis. Now, if you remember, Jarequis was the one that recommended the Blizzard Rustler 10 review by Curated. So if you guys have recommendations, I take them seriously, and I do make video content from them. So I said, if you remember in my video, Jarequis, you came up with that video way too quick, so either this review is really bad or these are your skis. And he said, I do own these skis. They're pretty decent skis, and here's where I ski them at. I knew it. That was like a little too personal, a little too off the top, Jarequis. I knew it. I'm on to you. Jarequis, thanks so much for the recommendation, and hey, I hope you're enjoying your Blizzard Rustlers. Those look like nice skis. The next comment comes from Walter Pasiak, 63, saying, you got me worried after dumping on Elans skis. At the end of the season, I got a pair of Elans Ripstick 96 skis. I hope they are not trash and won't know until I get to try them next season. I'm 76 and trying to keep something of years past going. Walter, that was beautiful. Yeah, I mean, skiing is a lifetime sport. That's what makes it so beautiful. And you know what, Walter, I only like to rip on Elans skis because back when I was ski racing, those were like the worst skis I'd ever tried. And every year I go back and try them, and every year they stunk. But you know what? My brother raced on them and loved them. And I always like to joke that my brother has the worst taste in skis. But I've never skied on the Elan Ripsticks. I haven't skied on a pair of Elans in like 5 years. So, you know what? I hope you love your skis. If you don't, you can always sell them used and get something different. But please don't worry about your skis. It's just something in my head where I like to default that they stink. But I've heard a lot of people, actually, I read up the chair, and I always have this habit of asking people how they like their skis. And this guy had Elan Ripsticks and he loved them. So who knows? I hope you love yours. And if you don't, you can always get something different. You're not soul bound to them. What's the expression I heard someone say? They're tools, not jewels. You know, if you don't like them, move on to something else that works better for you. But, you know, cheers to you for skiing at 76. What a beautiful life. And I hope you have a great season skiing again this year. And I hope the Elan Ripsticks are great. That's actually going to be the first ski I'm planning on reviewing this season, so I'll have a real review for you. And if I don't like them and you like them, who cares? Enjoy your skis and enjoy skiing, more importantly. All right, the last comment I'm going to go through. This was the nicest comment I think I've seen in a long time. Alan Brown 5802 says, "I came across your channel and had to check you out further because you are so opinionated." You know what, Alan? You call him like you see him, that's fair. I'm pretty opinionated. But you know what? I mean, some of this stuff is easy to be opinionated about. Okay, anyway. Most reviews you have to listen to what is not being said as well as what is being claimed. I am an East Coast skier that also skis on the Vantage 184. From what I can see, your opinion is right on and you aren't trying to sell inventory. I mean, you can look, I got no inventory. I got my 2 pairs of skis. I guess 3 now, but yeah, I'm not moving anything. I have put my skis through a lot and it's time for new ones, so I look forward to more of your videos. Oh, that is so nice. And yeah, totally, I'm not selling anything. This is just a hobby. I like doing these ski reviews. I like reacting to this just because there's so much baloney. It's like, and especially if you've actually skied on the skis yourself, which I have in a lot of these, if not most of these skis, and I'm just like, what are these people talking about? And then you look at them ski, you're like, oh, you're not really feeling the ski. Okay, I get it. But yeah, I'm just here, and you really, you know, what started this channel was me trying to buy some skis. I was like set, I'm gonna buy the Atomic Bents. That's what I'm gonna buy. All the reviews say they're great. And then the ski shop I was gonna buy them from said, well, if you demo the skis, you can demo skis and we'll use that as a credit towards the purchase of the ski. And I said, okay, well, you know, I'm gonna buy these Atomic Bents, but you know, I guess I might as well demo them just to be safe. And man, is that the best money I've ever spent. I hated those skis. I was much happier with the Atomic Mavericks, and I am so grateful that I demoed those skis and tried them. And it kind of made me reflect on, you know, the whole kind of ski review sphere, I guess if you want to call it that, and just being like, what are these people talking about? You know, like, are these people actually even skiing on the skis? So I really, your comment means a lot to me. It's really made me feel good, and thank you so much for your nice comment. Yeah, I'm not selling anything. I love skiing. I love feeling kind of the subtle differences in skis, and I just wanted to kind of share that with people because a lot of what I was finding online wasn't very honest or authentic, and it just felt like an easy void to fill. So again, this is just a hobby. I'm just doing this for fun, but I really appreciate your comment, and thanks for watching and everything. Yeah. So anyway, that was the last comment. I thought I'd end it on kind of a wholesome note with Alan's comment, and everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also hit the notification bell to make sure you're kind of getting all of the content fed to you through the algorithm, so you don't have to really think about it or go searching for it. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.